good, guys? It's your GM Jiedel, and today we are rebuilding the Toronto Raptors. Yes, I am kicking Masai Ujiri out of the building. The Raptors, I am recording this the day of Game 4, before Game 4. I'm just going to assume they're getting swept today. Look, they've been LeBron's bitch since the dawn of the dinosaurs. The meteor has struck, so we now have a chance to run this season back, knowing that the Cavs would just destroy us. Normally, I rebuild bad teams that are at the bottom of the standings, but these Raptors, they need some help. According to 2K, Valanciunas is an 85, Lowry is an 85, and DeRozan's a 90. We have two options to rebuild this team. Trade Lowry and DeRozan, and maybe Valanciunas too. Definitely Valanciunas, and see what kind of net return we could get, or we try to flip Valanciunas and maybe Ibaka and some bench guys into a third star for this team. I mean, an 85 in 2K, from my experience, not really a star player that's going to win you a title, so Lowry is going to have to probably go with Valanciunas. Okay, we really didn't get any good offers, to be honest. Let's just see what happens if I just try to trade Lowry. Okay, I'm not finding any trades that I like here. Maybe Valanciunas is worth something. Looks like Valanciunas is pretty not worth anything either. Ryan Anderson, though, he can play for us in the Serge Ibaka role. Not as good of a defender, obviously, but Serge has been pretty bad in these playoffs. I do like this one the best. Capella is younger than Valanciunas. He's better than Valanciunas. He's cheaper than Valanciunas. But we do have to take on the Anderson contract, but that's fine because we are going to be contending now. So that's our first trade. I'm not sure why the Rockets would ever do that trade in real life, but this ain't real life. I found this trade for Ibaka and Lowry. Does Blake Griffin really put us over the edge? I don't think he does. Also, Lowry's definitely better than Reggie Jackson. I can turn Ibaka into Mirotic. According to 2K, they're the same rating, but we do save money, and I do think Mirotic is better, so we're going to go with that trade too. We're very weak at small forward with Anunoby and Miles being our starters. I'm not a fan of that going into this season. There's not a lot of small forwards in the league right now. Maybe a Paul George. Only offering DeRozan. I don't know if that's a good trade. I think DeRozan maybe is a bit better than Paul George. I don't know. Hard to tell. They've both been pretty disappointing in these playoffs in real life. But this ain't real life. This is 2K. No one else on this list they're going to trade me for. So we're kind of stuck with the core we have. I will see what people will offer me for DeRozan just to entertain it. Draymond is interesting, but we need star players around Draymond. McCollum, not quite as good. Paul George and Roberson. I'm really not seeing anything that I love. Kevin Love. I do see some love, but not the right kind. Al Horford. This is a hard team to build a championship contender around. Paul George, man, maybe he is better than DeRozan. Hard to say, but then we would need a shooting guard to replace DeRozan. But we could take Roberson too, who I'm not a fan of. I don't like players who can't play offense at shooting guard. I think we're kind of stuck with the core we have right now. Last time we did a rebuild video, slowing the tempo really helped us. So we're going to do a patient offense. Even though I think this team should play kind of fast, patient offense worked pretty well for me last time. We'll just sim the first month or so of the season. The Bulls, that should be a dub. It is. Okay, the Sixers is an L. The Sixers are an amazing sim team. Spurs an L. Warriors probably an L. Okay, yeah, we're off to a tough start. Maybe the slow tempo isn't going to work for this team. I didn't think it would work for my other team either, but it did somehow. So we're 7-7. I'm going to try to up the tempo and see if that helps our team. Let's also change our offensive focus. Let's get to the basket. Hopefully this new fast lineup, I'll give them another 14 or so games, see if that's any better for our team. I have a feeling we're going to allow a lot of points. Okay, first game we win by a lot. Yep, okay, we are letting over 100 points in almost all of these games. Like that game, we scored 132, gave up 114. Okay, now we're actually starting to win, so playing fast was definitely the move. We're starting to string together a lot of wins. Somehow we got blown out by the Clippers, though. The Nets always beat me, but guys, we beat them 140-77. I mean, that's not even a massacre. That's an all-time defeat. Guys, we beat them by 63 points. Playoff picture, we're third, but we were off to a rocky start. The Cavs, of course. Damn Cavs are in first place. We're doing pretty good. We've just strung together three losses as I say that. 2 to the Bucks. Us and the Cavs are neck and neck. We are one game better than them going into All-Star Weekend. It's getting real. The Celtics aren't. They're kind of far behind. This is a two-man race between us and the Cavs. Problem is, I didn't change the team enough. It's still the Lowry DeRozan team that will probably lose to the Cavs in the playoffs. Even if we are a better regular season team, we don't have the star power. Our last 3 games, it looks like we're going to end the season on a 4-game streak. I like that. Steph won MVP. Ben Simmons was Rookie of the Year. Bobby Portis 6th man. Giannis DePoy. We didn't have anybody on the All-NBA first team, but DeRozan and Lowry both made second team. We're going against the Heat, who look like they have not really made any changes to their real life team. I feel confident we're going to beat the Heat. Whiteside being an 88 that's just not really realistic given what happened in the playoffs this year, but is what it is. We go up 1-0. Oh my God. They're up 2-1. We're okay, 2-2. You know the Raptors are rocky in the playoffs. I'm gonna simulate with Simcast because now we find ourselves down 3-2 to the Miami Heat, who we were 13 games better than. The Heat are a team we should beat. I'm not sure where they're scoring all these points on us, but we are killing them in this first quarter, so I'm gonna adjust the sim speed a bit. Okay, we just murdered them this game throughout the game. That was a complete massacre. Final game, we're also gonna have to sim with Simcast. Now this is in Toronto. We just blew them out in Miami. We should blow them out in Toronto as well. This game might go down into the fourth. Oh no, we destroyed them. Never mind. Now a bit of a playoff scare. They're taking us all the way to 7. Somehow the Cavs lost to the Detroit Pistons. Did the Pistons make any changes to their team? Here's their lineup: Jackson, Kennard, Bullock. How did this team beat the Cavs? Well, the Sixers are going to be a tough team to beat. But if we beat them, I think we're going to go to the NBA Final. I'll simulate the game. We beat them. They beat us. It's 1-1 again. They're up. Okay, this is going just like the last series, except now they're up 3-1. The Sixers are up 3-1 on us. Raptors, the playoff choking needs to stop. We were the number 2 seed. We should not be losing to a 6 seed. I know they have Embiid. I know they have Simmons, but, I mean, Embiid and Simmons, first and second year players, you know. It looks like this one is ours. We can make the Sixers blow a 3-1 lead. We have the talent to do it. Do we have the mental fortitude? I think that's the big question, if the Raptors actually have the mental fortitude to stop this Sixers team. Fourth quarter, I might have to jump in, guys. I don't want to see our season fall apart like this. And we do take the lead here in the fourth. It's a neck and neck game. I have not been good when I sub in for my teams, but they really do need me here. We're down 3. I have not been put in a good situation. Let's be real here. Here's Simmons in the post against Miles. That's a mismatch. That was a huge mismatch. DeRozan going into the paint. That's an and one. That's an and none. DeRozan. I want to get us into a down 1 situation. Come on. That's a turnover. Get it, bro. Yes, that's a turnover that we needed. DeRozan all the way. Yes. Okay. Not enough time on the shot clock. I want to try to force the turnover before the free throws. Wait, it's Markelle Fultz. This is Markelle Fultz. He's not a good free throw shooter. Let's take our chances here. He got the first one. Will he get the second one? He did get the second one. Okay. Mirotic. Mirotic wide open for 3. Come on, Mirotic. Oh, Mirotic! Mirotic! What the fuck, man? Oh, Fultz missed the free throw this time. Okay. We're going to have to hit the 3. He missed both. He missed both. Thought he was going to miss the 2 earlier, but he missed those. Oh, God. I got to shoot it. I got to shoot it. Lowry, please. Not a good shot. Oh! All right. Well, we lose to the Sixers in our first year. This team is deeply flawed. So the Pistons somehow go to the finals, but they do get swept by the Warriors. We are going to accept Mirotic's team offer. McKinney, I mean, my dude, you're 25 years old and you're a 71 overall. Your ass is getting declined. I'm pretty sure we're in cap space hell, so none of these free agents will probably be able to get. This trade gets us a first round pick, and a player who's basically worth nothing. I'm taking that one. Mirotic, we have to keep him. Lowry's contract, that's just bad value. We need 31 million has to be going to a player who's better than an 86. That's not a good contract for us. We really don't get offered anything good for Lowry. I don't know how to sweeten this deal enough to make Lowry desirable for teams to pick up. Dennis Smith Jr. is interesting, but we're trying to contend right now. The only thing we're getting offered are big men. No one really wants to give us a guard for Lowry, and that makes sense. Why would you? We were offered Blake Griffin. Now that contract is atrocious. And we lose Mirotic and Lowry if we do this trade, and we only get Ish Smith. This is probably a bad trade, but I do wonder, the Pistons just went to the finals. So does the 2K sim engine see something in Blake that we don't? Is there something to Blake that we don't see? Is there more to Blake than I thought? It'd be a dumb trade, but I'm not a smart GM. And I'm honestly getting kind of desperate because we don't have the cap space to really do anything in free agency right now. We're -2 under. We're kind of waiting for the Capella match. It's 5 offers, so we're definitely going to be paying a lot of money to Capella. We're matching a 4-year, $113 million contract, which I really don't want to sign for Clint Capella. That's a lot of money, guys, but Either I sign this or I lose one of my most valuable assets, so I'm just gonna take it. Can't really sign anybody else. If I flip Mirotic and Lowry into Griffin and Ish Smith, we really are losing some assets, but this game sees something in Blake that the rest of us don't see. I do kind of want to run it back with this team. Everyone got better. I mean, not everyone, but a lot of people got better. I don't know, the chances of the Cavs losing again seem kind of slim, especially to a team like the Pistons. Now that I look at player progression, people really didn't get better. Lowry is still an 85. He's not even the second best player on the team anymore. DeRozan very clearly needs a 3-point shot, so I'm gonna send him there. And big man defense for Capella. We need a big, strong defensive presence. We're gonna check the trade finder one more time for Lowry or Blake Griffin, and we get to keep Mirotic. So I like this one. I'm going to fire off on this trade. Blake just led his team to the finals, guys, that this game likes, but now we don't need Mirotic. Let's see if we can get a small forward or a point guard for him. We can snag Jay Crowder and Derek Favors. Honestly, that's just an upgrade over CJ Miles. Not as much shooting, which we do need. Kyle Kuzma is interesting, but again, trying to contend right now. Mirotic is the better player this season. Collison, that's a point guard we needed. Kind of hate to let Mirotic go, but Collison, we need the point guard. I don't want to start Van Vliet. We're rolling into our second season. DeRozan, Griffin, Capella is our big three. Collison's a serviceable point guard. The rest of the team is all serviceable players. They can contribute. Our first scoring option is still DeRozan. Then it'll be Griffin. We still want to get to the basket. Do we want to shoot it well? It was working last season, so let's try that again. We're going to sim to the 20th of November and see how our team does. We start the season with a loss to the Hornets, and then the Celtics, and then the Nets. Okay, guys, this is off to a horrible start. That game plan wasn't working. See if playing it with a more patient offense is what we need from this team. No, we lost again. You know, we finally get a win against the Pelicans. The Spurs, we are 1-6. We're 2-6. Trading Lowry might have been a huge mistake. Jay Crowder for CJ Miles. You know what? I feel like we need defense. Let's negotiate this. The first scoring option, DeRozan, Griffin. I feel confident about that. Get to the basket. Get shooters open. Feed the post. Pick and roll offense. Let's try pick and roll offense. Making a lot of adjustments here. So hopefully, yes, we beat Hornets. Boston still beats us. They're a good team, though. We beat Cleveland. We are finally back at 500. We're in the playoff hunt. Now we're not out of the playoff hunt. 2 games down. We hit 500, and then we lose 2 straight games. The Bulls, that should be a dub. Lakers should be a dub. That should have been a dub. If you remove the 0-5 start, we're 20-13. It's just that 0-5 start that really messed with us. So it looks like we're kind of locked into this 5-4 matchup with the Sixers. That's another team I just don't want us to play against. The Sixers whooped our ass last playoffs. And now in the regular season, they just beat us by 33. We're not going to end up being a 50-win team, but honestly, a 48-win team, that's a pretty good basketball team. Good enough to win the finals? I really doubt it. Jared Allen, Rookie of the Year. He's not a rookie. You can say all you want about Ben Simmons, but that man is not a rookie at this point in this simulation. This time, hopefully we beat the Sixers. Let's see what their team looks like. It's looking very similar. They added Avery Bradley. Defense in the starting 5 is pretty insane. First game, they do take it. They have the mental edge. Teams get the mental edge over us. We're already down 2-0. It's crazy how an entire season can just end like this, but it does. So they beat us 2-0 on our own home court, which is looking a lot like the Cavs series this year. Maybe Ben Simmons is going to be the next extinctioner of the dinosaurs. Given that I'm the Raptors for this, I hope that's not the case, but they're crushing us. We're going to go into the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left, down 17. Crowder, wide open. Crowder, please. No, you know what? Maybe it's just that type of series where we just get swept. Come on, get behind the 3-point line. Wide open, please. Wide open. Oh, my Lord. Now, Simmons in the post is kind of scary. Come on, Griffin, go up. Nice block. Let's get it. Let's run, guys. We have to score in transition. Our half-court offense is not good. Oh, DeRozan up all the way over. Redick, you know what, DeRozan? I know Coco is a good defender, but you're a good offender. All the way over Embiid, and 1! Yes! Oh my God, wide open. Oh my God, bad release. Capella got it. All right, DeRozan, we need a 3. We need a 3. DeRozan, please. I sent you to camp to hit 3s, you double team this. Yes, go. Take the guaranteed points, okay. Embiid, oh my God, we blocked him. Go, guys, run. Shot clock didn't reset. No, that's a bad shot. That was a bad shot. Lost by 10. You know, I kind of let it come back there, but just we dug too deep of a hole for me to do it. We get swept by the Sixers. They're just a better team than us. apparently. Rockets were the champions this year. Harden led them to that. So now we find ourselves in another offseason where we did worse than last year. We have to ask ourselves now, what are we really trying to achieve here? At this point, it seems like the DeRozan teams are they're cursed. They can't beat teams who have really dominant small forwards. That's the problem. The small forward position, we keep getting owned. We're getting destroyed. Like, straight up, we get destroyed at the small forward position every time. Maybe that Paul George trade we should have made for DeRozan for Paul George, but it's probably too late for that now. Anunoby's up to a 79 though. Simmons is all the way up to a 90. That's really bad for us. It looks like we're gonna be playing the Sixers a lot. We can turn Griffin into Gobert and Favors, and then we can see what we can do with Capella. That's an interesting option. We can turn Capella into Conley, turn Blake into Favors and Gobert. Kind of like that. We're still negative 50 in cap room, but look, we got Conley, DeRozan, Gobert, and Favors. We'll sign him with our mid-level exception. DeRozan down to an 88. Not good. Gobert up to an 88. Conley an 85. Favors an 81. And the bench mob all high 70s. So I think overall, we're pretty much a similar team to last year. Being able to shoot threes will be critical for DeRozan. We got his open shot 3 to a 77 now. It's still not good enough. Look, now we have Conley, DeRozan, Crowder, Favors, Gobert. Conley from a slow team. Gobert, Favors, the Jazz. Bit faster than those Memphis teams were, but this is a team that's a defense team. Good news for us is early on, so it probably won't sustain, but the Sixers are also losing a lot of games. They're not in the playoff picture. We're losing a few too many games now. You know what? Let's just no preference everything and see where it takes us, because clearly I don't know how to build this team. All right, we strung together a 5-game streak though. A 6-game streak. We're back in the playoff picture. 7-game streak. Look, this is the streak that probably keeps us in the playoffs, but I don't think we're going to get a high seed. But the Sixers, look at that. They're still not in the playoffs. The Sixers not being a part of the playoffs could be magical for us. We don't know. There are some newcomers, the Magic and the Nets. We're getting offered Paul George for DeRozan. Is this the pivotal moment that this team changes for good forever? It is. DeRozan, it wasn't working. Can it win us a championship? I doubt it. Can it get us to the playoffs? Maybe. 2-0 since acquiring Paul George. 3-0. 4-0. 5-0. 6-0. 7-0. Oh my God. Paul George is single-handedly dragging us to the playoffs. Doing it, man. All right, we finally lose a game with him, but look, I feel very confident about making playoffs now. That's a good thing. Heat, that's a big win. Cavs, that's a huge win. Knicks, win! Oh my God, that little stretch might have been the push we needed. Teams are piling up losses behind us. Oh my God, we're in, we're out. Is this game gonna determine it? We made it! We made it! That was an intense playoff race. We need to see the full standings in a second. 8 teams were within 2 losses of each other at the end of the season. We were one of the ones that made the cutoff to get into the playoffs. The Sixers were not one of those teams. We are playing the Boston Celtics in the first round of the playoffs. Okay, simulate the first game. They win. Simulate the second game. They win. We're going to simcast the next few. We're at home, though, so maybe that will make a difference. All right, the Toronto home crowd has really given us this game. We demolished them. Can we make it 2-2? Does the home court matter? Who knows? Look, in these home court games, we are crushing them. This fourth quarter, though, they are furiously coming back, but we're holding on, and we're winning this one. It is now 2-2, going back to Boston. We're up on the road. We've won 3 straight games in the series. Okay, guys, we are up 3-2. We could go back to the second round. We haven't done that in 2 years. Okay, they won this one. It's going to a game 7. This is going to game 7, and we are winning on the road here early. Third quarter now. It's getting close. It's going back and forth. The Celtics are on a run. Come on, Raptors. Guys, we can't lose to the Celts. Come on. Okay, we're winning here in the fourth. I really don't want to have to jump in. I want to earn this victory the sim way. And it looks like we are pulling away here in the fourth. Paul George, my dude. We completely changed the Raptors, but it's for the better. We're now in the second round of the playoff against none other than LeBron James. This is a good Cavs team. This is going to be a tough series to win. In fact, I don't expect us to win it. We do take game 1, though. They take game 2. That's fine. You know, we split it at home on their home court. They took game 3. Game 4, this is a big game. If they go up 3-1, it's probably over. Paul George finally get his playoff revenge against LeBron James for all those Pacers series. Cleveland's pulling away. They're up 8. Okay, they crushed us. They're up 3-1, guys. Should I come in? The simming was working. The simming was working. I'm gonna play out. I'm gonna let the simulation end and play it out. There we go. If LeBron can overcome a 3-1 lead, he can also blow one. We're doing big things this game. We crushed them. Game 7 versus LeBron. I would never pick us to win this game, but it's 2K and you never know. You know, we're up by the point now where I don't think they're coming back. I think, oh no, they came back. They came back. This is a ferocious comeback by them. They took the lead with 1 second left and we were eliminated! LeBron James doesn't give a fuck about us. In that game 7, LeBron had 28 points on 66% shooting. The Cavs beat the Warriors though. I'm okay with that ending. At this point, this team is pretty broken. I don't know where to take this team. Doing this video has made me realize the Toronto Raptors are really trapped. They're not gonna get anything good for Lowry. They're not gonna get anything good for DeRozan. Feel bad for the Raptors. It's been cool to see them build this team up, but doing this rebuild has made me realize how trapped they are. The team I've assembled is some weird Frankenstein team. I tried doing a more realistic rebuild. I've come to the fact that the Raptors are pretty just fucked. They're just straight up fucked. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this Toronto Raptors rebuild. If you were the GM of the Toronto Raptors, if you were Masai Ujiri, what would you do to try to fix this team? Clearly, they are cursed. They can't beat the Cavs. That game, we were up by 10 with like 2 minutes left, and LeBron James beat us at the goddamn buzzer. If you like this rebuild, make sure to check out my New York Knicks rebuild series up here on the left. If you want to see a Fortnite video, click up here for this funny Fortnite video with Jesse. Subscribe right here in the middle. Ooh, and peace.